What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, bringing you yet another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle today, live against Trenton. And today we're having an NU match, and I know the meta is very imbalanced right now, but hopefully we're going to have a good match. This is the second time I'm trying to record this, because the first time we battled for like 17 minutes, and then there was a DC, which was weird because both of our connections were fine. Neither of us got disconnected. It was a really strange thing. I don't know what happened, and it was still 6-6, so it's not like somebody was losing and they were just like, oh, I'm just going to be done. I didn't rage quit, my opponent didn't rage quit, it was none of that stuff. So I don't know what happened. Hopefully everything is fine this time. We are bringing some pretty cool teams, I have to say. Before we get into the match today, though, just want to remind you guys of our like goal, which is 70 likes for this video, so if we could meet that, that would be absolutely fantastic. And of course, as always, I do appreciate your support. I appreciate each and every one of those thumbs up, because it does mean the world to me. You guys know that. So let's, without further ado, let's get into the battle here. My opponent is bringing Meganium, Banette, Emolga, Scraggy, Beedrill, and Mantine. How beautiful is that? Oh, it's gorgeous. On my side, I'm bringing Kangaskhan, of course, not Mega, obviously. Torkoal, Electrode, Meganium, Drifblim, and Samurott. So, kind of an interesting thing that we have going on here. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying it so many times, but it's, yeah, it's interesting. My first priority here really is to get up rocks, because he has 3 Pokemon that are weak to it, and we were doing so much switching in the last battle. It was honestly a little bit try-hard for an NU match, but it was still so much fun. Now, trying to think here. What do I want to do? What do I want to lead off with this time? I don't even know. Really don't even know. Last time he led off with the Emolga, and that seems to be his dedicated lead. It's a support-ish Emolga. It's got 2 attacking moves, Volt Switch and Air Slash. I mean, that's the problem with DCing and starting again, is that you know some of your opponent's sets. And now, see, he knows some of my full sets as well. And that's just, that part is a little bit unfortunate, because it just is. I don't know what else to say about that. One thing I do, and I yeah, that. One thing I have noticed is that it does not appear as though he has any rapid spinners or defoggers, because it just doesn't seem like that. And he didn't use it last time, although I did get up rocks towards the end where the DC happened. So we'll see how things go, but I do want to get the rocks up. I'm leading off with the Torkoal here, and we'll see what he leads off with. Hopefully not the Emolga. He's going to lead off with the Banette this time, predicting the Kangaskhan lead, which is what I led with last time. So we are going to go ahead and set up the rocks right away. Not going to waste any time. He may switch out here, and that is fine by me. As long as I have those rocks up, that's very, very important, because that Mantine can give me a lot of trouble. It looks like it was an Assault Vest Mantine, so it shouldn't have any form of recovery. He's just going to go straight for the Shadow Claw, and that does a lot of damage, because my Torkoal is completely physically defensive. That's crazy how much damage it just did. We're going to get the Lefty's recovery, of course, but geez, that did so much. So much. Now, I kind of am feeling that I can switch in my Kangaskhan here, but it's very possible that this thing is carrying Will-O-Wisp, so I do need to be careful. And that, yeah, I pretty much have to stay in here. So we're going to go for the Lava Plume, and hopefully get a burn on this thing. He's going to stay in and go for another Shadow Claw, and that's going to do some decent damage. Torkoal is already hurting after 2 hits. And Lava Plume does a good 25%, maybe more like 30%. And, yeah. So let's go for the Lava Plume. I really can't think of any reason to not go for Lava Plume at this point, because a burn on the Banette is going to be absolutely fantastic. He's actually switching out the Banette. In comes the Mantine. I mean, not Mantine. Mantine with an N, because it's not Mantine. Or is it Mantine? I don't know. On my channel, I think it's always Mantine. It's always Mantine when I'm around. Hashtag Mantine in the comment section below. Why do you watch this stuff? I think about that all the time. Like, when I say things like that, I'm like, why is anyone watching this? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright, well we got the burn on the Mantine, so that's great because residual damage on this thing is going to help out a lot. The Lava Plume did absolutely nothing, so I'm still thinking that this thing is going to be Assault Vest. It has not shown lefties or anything like that, so that is the thing. Now, I kind of think he might predict me to go into my Meganium here and go for the Air Slash, predicting that. But if he goes for the Scald, that pretty much hurts all of my team because it's super effective on this Torkoal, and nothing really wants to take that. The only thing that resists it, I believe, is the Samurott, and it's a physical Samurott with Focus Sash, so we don't want to break the Focus Sash, and you know, with Swords Dancing and all that stuff that I want Samurott to be able to do, if I get burned, that's going to just destroy my life, and I cannot afford to have that happen. But if I go into Meganium, I should be able to take the Air Slash, so that's what we're going to do here. And if he goes for the Scald and I get burned, I have the Aromatherapy, so it should be somewhat safe. There's the Scald, so I guess he weighed his odds there and predicted me to switch into anything that's not the Meganium. So we're going to get our Lefties recovery after that Scald did absolutely nothing. Nothing whatsoever. He's going to get hurt by the burn, so he's now down below 50%. His team is just so weak to rocks. He's got, what, 3 Pokemon weak to it? So I kind of want to Dragon Tail out here, but he's not going to die upon switching back in. I kind of need to take advantage of the, if he wants to stay in with this thing, and take advantage of the residual damage is what I wanted to say, but I got a little bit distracted because it's hashtag Mantime all the time, every day, all day. It's not. I'm lying. I'm lying to you. I'm sorry. Let's go for the Giga Drain. See how much it does. I'm not invested, but that does absolutely nothing. Oh my goodness. That did nothing whatsoever. It was terrible. There's the Air Slash. It's going to be super effective, and it only does about 30% because Meganium is a freaking hashtag beast. I need to stop with the hashtags. This is out of control. Mantine, why did you do this to me? I'm out of control now. So now what are we going to do? Now that we saw that Giga Drain did absolutely nothing whatsoever, I still think this thing is Assault Vest. I know I've said that like 153.5 times, but yeah. I mean, even if he wants to go for another Air Slash, that's really not going to do that much damage, and I can always heal it off. So, he's in a range where he's going to die to Stealth Rocks coming back in, too. So, we actually are in a pretty good position here. Not gonna lie, for the first time, we're in a position to actually take out a Pokemon, and I'm pretty excited about that. Not gonna lie. Alright, so now I definitely have some options going on here. I could definitely pull a Synthesis to try to get myself back up to full health, but then he's gonna be able to hit me with an Air Slash, and we'll kind of be back in the same position that we were before. I could also Dragon Tail, because he's definitely gonna be dead upon coming back in. And I don't know if he's really gonna want to save this thing. To be honest, I really don't know, but I'm actually in a much better position right now than I was in the last battle, so I'm actually quite happy about that because I got Rocks up early game this time, and this Mantine is weakened, it's burned, all of that good stuff. We actually got some damage on the Banette too, so we're in a pretty good position. I think what I want to do is, decisions. I'm running out of time. I'm going to Synthesis as the timer almost runs out. So I want to be at full health. Obviously, he's going to Air Slash me again. So we're going to end up being in the same position. Oh, he's going to go for the Ice Beam. That's not going to do nearly as much because it's not Stab. Or it is going to do pretty much the exact same amount. I guess factoring in the fact that... well, no, it didn't do as much because I wasn't factoring in the Lefties recovery, but still. Ice Beam does have a higher base power, but I'm pretty sure Air Slash does more damage just because of the stab factor. Now we can go for the Giga Drain safely and get rid of this thing. He's going to withdraw now into his own Meganium. I probably should have went for the Dragon Tail. I kind of thought that he might try to do that. So there's the Rocks damage. It does quite a bit to this Beedrill, which is great for me. And Giga Drain does absolutely nothing because he's going to resist that times 4 or whatever it is. But we're going to get a little bit of baby, or not baby HP, but a baby amount of HP. Plus our Lefties back, so we're we're in an okay position here. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking that Banette might actually be choice banded with how much damage it did. Kind of crazy. But that's what I think is happening. Now I have another decision to make. Need to figure out what to do about this Beedrill. Decisions. I don't know what this thing is going to go for. I'm a little bit afraid of it, to be perfectly honest. I kind of want to just Dragon Tail this thing out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Dragon Tail it away. He's going to go for the Swords Dance, so this is actually going to work out for me quite a bit here. I guess he figured that I would switch out, but not only are we going to get the damage from the Dragon Tail, he's going to have to take rocks damage coming back in. Out comes his own Meganium, and I really can't do much to this either, so I'm going to Dragon Tail again. Because the only thing I really think that this thing might be able to do is Aromatherapy to get rid of the burn. But the burn that he has is on his Mantine. And there's no reason to really get rid of that, because that's dead upon coming back in anyway. So let's go for the detail here. He's going to put up a Reflect. So it's a dual screening Meganium. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. There's the Dragon Tail that does absolutely nothing with that Reflect up. Not that it would do anything. Anyway, in comes the Emolga. And it takes some damage from the rocks, which is great. We're going to get more Lefty's recovery, which is also great because everybody likes Lefty recovery. Everybody. Now I have a decision to make. He's probably going to Air Slash. What are his moves? Taunt, Encore, Volt Switch, Air Slash. Volt Switch and Air Slash, neither of them really do that much to Electrode. So I kind of want to go into Electrode, but because he has Motor Drive, most likely, I can't really just fire off Electric-type moves everywhere like I would want to do. That is unfortunate. Not gonna lie, that is a bit unfortunate. And I really have nothing else to take these attacks. Really don't. So, actually, we're going to stay in here. We're going to Dragon Tail. I don't feel like Air Slash is really going to do that much damage. He is going to Air Slash because that's his best play at this point. And that does a good, 33%. He gets the flinch, which is unfortunate. Now we have to go for a Synthesis. Otherwise, we'll be in a bad position. Not that we're not already in a bad position. Gonna go for the Air Slash again. If he gets another flinch, I'm in a lot of trouble. Yeah, man. Double flinch on the Air Slash. All I needed was to just not flinch on one of those. That is beyond silliness. He's gonna go for the Air Slash again. That's terrible. I guess my only switch is Electrode. That's really all I have going for me right now. I can't leave this Meganium in to just die. I mean, I could, but I don't think that's a good idea. So let's switch into Electrode here. He may Volt Switch out. Yeah, that's a thing. I'm sure he's pondering what he wants to do now. Actually, I'm a little bit surprised he didn't switch. He might Volt Switch, though. Just so he can get the initiative. That would make more sense than hard switching. Yep, there it is. Should have stayed in. But I really had no choice. He kind of forced my hand there. I don't think that Volt Switch would have killed Meganium. But I couldn't take the risk at this point. I need the Meganium. Or at least I would like to keep it around. But what does he have? What does he have to switch into this Electrode? I'm trying to think. Really, the only thing that checks it, I believe, is the Emolga. So he may switch back into it. No, he's going to go into the Meganium. Alright. That is a thing, I guess. He's going to take damage from the rocks. And he might start setting up screens. Light screen and the like. So I really want to go back into my own Meganium. And yeah, he's going to stay in. I'm thinking the light screen is coming. But Volt Switch actually does quite a bit of damage. I might have been able to actually, almost kill that thing with a Signal Beam. But more important right now, I A more pressing priority for me is to get Meganium back in here safely and get a synthesis up. He's going to go for the energy ball. Oh, jeez, that's going to be close. No, Meganium does survive it, even though it's a crit, and he gets the special D-drop. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? My God. All right. The Hacks is not on my side in this battle. This is payback from a couple of days ago when I just got my life destroyed, basically. So, am I going to be faster? That is the question here. We're going to have to go for it. We have to go for the synthesis. We are faster, but we're going to take a lot of damage from whatever he wants to go for. And we get almost into an acceptable range. Here comes the energy ball, and it does a decent amount of damage. He doesn't get another special D-drop, which is great, because that would just be terrible if that were to happen. He's getting all kinds of health back due to lefties, and I'm fine with that. As long as I get my Meganium back up near full health, I'm a little bit more comfortable. He's going to go for the Reflect here, because his Reflect just wore off. And this is going to allow us to get back up to full health, which is great. Because I was really worried about this Meganium after all those flinches, and the crit, and the special D-drop, and all kinds of silliness that was happening. Now... how far into this battle are we? We are about 14 minutes, approaching the 15-minute mark. I guess we're approaching the 14-minute mark, but that's also approaching the 15-minute mark. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Probably doesn't. But, yeah, it's pretty interesting. We're, again, this far into this battle, and no casualties on either side. Very close to casualties. But looking at my team is actually looking surprisingly healthy. Electrode has a little bit of damage on it. Torkoal's at about 50%, and everyone else is at full. So I'm happy with that. His team is getting worn down slowly, very slowly. He's going to go for the synthesis here just to get back up to full health. So have we seen all of his moves? We have Energy Ball, Synthesis. What else has he shown? Reflect. Was that all that he showed? I may be missing a move, but he's going to switch back into the Emolga, take more damage from the rocks, and I don't know that I can stay in here against this Air Slash that's definitely coming my way. Really don't think that is a good idea at this point. I kind of want to switch into Kangaskhan, but again, that seems kind of silly. I mean, my special defense isn't terrible, but I am carrying the Life Orb, so I don't know how much damage I will really be doing. Really not sure. And if Fake Out doesn't kill, which I don't think it will, actually no, it's gonna do over half. I have to switch into Electrode. I pretty much have to here. I have to get rid of that special D-drop. That is just a problem. Being at -1, he's got some special attackers. That's just not a good idea. He's going to go for the Air Slash here. I mean, there's no reason for him not to. It worked so well for him last time. So, yeah, that is that. Now, what is he going to do? I kind of want to just T-Bolt predicting a switch. Or predicting a Volt Switch. Unless he's just going to try to, like, Air Slash me to death. I would hope not. If I go for T-Bolt and he stays in, I'm in trouble. Because I know he has to have the motor drive. We're going to go for the Volt Switch. No, I'm going to lock myself into that, though. It's not like I can switch moves. Then I'm really screwed and something has to die, basically. Basically, that's what it means. I need to get rid of this thing is what I need. No, maybe the Signal Beam is a better play. We're going to go for the Signal Beam. That's safer. He is going to withdraw, so the Volt Switch was the play to make. He's going to fodder off his Mantine. I guess Volt Switch wouldn't have mattered anyway. But we actually finally have a casualty in this match. Just about 17 minutes deep, which is pretty much where the DC happened last time. So hopefully I didn't just jinx it, though. Really hoping I didn't just jinx this entire match. That would be terrible. Now he knows I'm locked into the Signal Beam, because sure, he watches my videos and all of my electrodes have been specs, so I need to get some new Pokemon and switch things up a little bit more. I've been using a lot of the same like couple of Pokemon, and everybody knows what all my sets are, so it's a little bit of a bummer when that happens because I can get played around a lot easier. I don't have as much of a surprise factor going for me because that's just what it is. You guys know what I like to do. That's the downside to being on the internet, I guess. In comes the Banette, because he's going to resist the Signal Beam. He's probably going to go for the Shadow Claw, I'm guessing. So I'm going to... Is he, though? I'm going to switch into the... Switching into Kangaskhan is such a risky play right now. It really, really is a risky play. Because if I switch into Kangaskhan and he goes for the... Let's see. Well, no, if he has the Will-O-Wisp, though, that is a problem. I really feel like this thing is banded, though. I really am thinking this thing is banded. We're going to make a risky play. I'm going to predict that this thing is banded. He's going to go for the Shadow Claw. I'm bringing in Kangaskhan, and then I'm going to try to Sucker Punch him afterwards. That is the play. He's going to protect. The Reflect wears off. Do I want to Sucker Punch now? He's not banded. Definitely not banded. He's not... I guess he could be Focus Sash. If he has Will-O-Wisp, I'm screwed. That's just what it comes down to. That is just what it comes down to. Alright, well that did not work out in the way I wanted it to. So, now what, I guess, is what I want to say. I want to switch out into Torkoal, I guess. Predicting the Will-O-Wisp, can't pronounce anything today. My nose is so stuffed up. I'm sure you guys have heard it by now. It's probably making like all kinds of ugly noises. But that's just what it is. He's going to withdraw. So, no Will-O-Wisp. He's going to go into the Meganium, so that was not a bad play on my part. He's going to get hurt by the rocks, which is a thing, I guess. He's going to get his lefties recovery. I'm going to get my lefties recovery. He really doesn't have a switch in on this Torkoal. He doesn't really have anything that wants to take a Lava Plume. This Meganium's not really going to like it too much. So let's go for it. We like it when opposing Meganiums don't like our moves. That just makes me feel good inside. Energy Ball still will do a decent amount though, because Torkoal has absolute piss for special defense. And not good piss either, bad piss, very, very bad piss. He's going to withdraw because he does not want to take that Lava Plume. He's going to go into Maggie, which is going to be his Scraggy. Maggie the Scraggy, alright. I can see that being a thing. There's the Lava Plume. Please burn this thing. That does so much damage because it's a crit and the burn. So the hacks is going both ways now. It's not necessarily all against me now. So I need to be a little bit happy about that. This thing might have the Shed Skin. I'm not entirely positive. He does carry the Dragon Dance on this, so it's possibly a Moxie set. But I was really worried about the Shed Skin in the last battle because I did not see the Intimidate. So... yeah, that is a thing. We're making a little bit of progress here. I have to say, we're making a little bit of progress. Now, I really want to just go into Meganium at this point. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm feeling that so much, but I am. Yeah. Let's stay with Torkoal. Go for the Lava Plume again, because what is he going to do? Drain Punch while he's burned? Yeah, really, that really doesn't do anything at all. I don't even know if that does lefties damage. Maybe just barely lefties damage. There's the Lava Plume. And that's not going to be enough to take this Maggie the Scraggy out. But the burn damage will be. So the fact that he's even running a Scraggy in the first place, I think, is hilarious. Really cool idea. It's actually somewhat of a common thing in NU. At least it was last generation. I haven't played a lot of NU this generation yet, just because the metagame so far is very imbalanced and just is kind of strange, to be honest. It needs some work. It needs some time maybe to just settle. That might be part of it. Now, why would you bring in the Beedrill and not the Emolga? I guess he's trying to save the Emolga for the Electrode because I can't Volt Switch around as long as that thing is there. But why would you bring this thing out? Why would you do that? I know he has Swords Dance. So he's got to have like Poison Jab and X Scissor and what else? Does he have Rock Slide maybe? I don't know. We're going to go for the Lava Plume though. We just want this thing dead. Drill Run. Okay, I didn't even know that Beedrill got that. But somehow Torkoal survives the crit. My goodness, could there be any more crits going on in this battle right now? This is insane. Insane. I got at least one on the Scraggy. I think that was it though. But I also got the burn, and I got the burn on the Mantine too. Although those are 30% chance things that we're talking about as far as the Lava Plume burns. But the crits, he's gotten, I don't know. How many crits has he gotten? 2 maybe? 2, and then a couple of flinches. Not that it matters. I'm just like trying to keep track of like, not necessarily who has more hacks going for them or whatever, but just in general, I'm just curious like how hacksy has this battle been, just in general. Just as a general thing. He's definitely going to kill me here, so I'm just going to let Torkoal go down because there's no point in keeping him around. He's going to Sucker Punch me. Alright, so Shadow Claw, Sucker Punch, and Protect are the moves that I've seen on this thing so far. Yeah. I don't know what the other move is, and if it's Will-O-Wisp, I really don't want Kangaskhan getting destroyed by that. Not something I am a fan of. Not a fan of that at all. So let's go ahead and go into Meganium at this point. And we're going to give him a nice and fun Giga Drain to the face. And I have no idea what a nice and fun Giga Drain even means. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. He's going to straight up just withdraw. Maybe going to the Emolga? No, he's going to go into his own Meganium. Probably to set up like Reflect and all that kind of jazz. So he's going to get hurt by the rocks. And this is fine by me. I mean, I'm not going to get a lot of damage off with the Giga Drain, but I can Dragon Tail this thing away, and the rocks, oh my god. If I did not get the rocks up in this battle, I would be in a world of hurt right now. World of hurt. Let's go for the detail and see what he wants to go for. I'm guessing he wants to put the Reflect up. I'm guessing that's what he wants to do. No, he's just going to go for the Energy Ball, maybe fishing for that special D-drop again. And it doesn't look like he's going to get it. The detail is going to connect, so it's going to do just a little bit of damage. And in comes the Banette yet again. He's going to take the Stealth Rocks damage. Pretty sure that we can just kill this thing with anything, basically. If we detail him out, I think he'll die to the rocks coming back in. But what I really want to do here is Giga Drain. That's what I really want to do. He's going to stay in this time, try to attack me, maybe predicting another detail, predicting him to switch out. But that did not happen, so Banette goes down. We're going to get the rest of our HP back. We were only missing, like, I think 7 HP going into this turn. But whatevs. In comes the Emolga, who's going to take a crap ton from the rocks. And at this point, I'm going to detail again. That is exactly what I'm going to do. Because I can't kill this thing with a, whatchamacallit, with a Giga Drain. So no flinching this time around. The Dragon Tail does not kill, but he will die coming back in. Out comes the Meganium. And yeah, he's going to take some rocks damage. And it's just going to be a fun time all the way around. There's his lefties. I'm going to show my lefties here in a second. Well, not show it, but, you know, get my lefties recovery and all that stuff. Now we can very easily Dragon Tail this Meganium out. Force the Emolga back in. That'll die due to the rocks, and then Meganium will have to take more damage coming in on the rocks. But smart play here would be to go for the Synthesis, and that would draw out the match a little bit. But I think it's kind of a lost cause, to be perfectly honest, and I don't normally like to just be like, oh, this match is definitely over. But I think he only has Energy Ball as an attacking move, so yeah, he's going to forfeit the match just so that it's not prolonged. I do not blame him for that whatsoever. It's a shame we didn't get to finish our last match, because I think that would have been a little bit closer, judging by how it was going at that point. But still, this was a lot of fun. I am very excited to have some more NU battles, so hopefully I can get some willing participants to help me out with some NU battles. Definitely just hit me up on Twitter if you want to do that. Want to thank Trenton for the match, and thank you all for watching as always. And I will see you all for the next battle. But until then, hashtag Mantine. Game on.